We've been used and abused. And we're tired now. Lied to and everything else. See, I'm going to tell the truth.
Keep it pointed away, yeah.
You got it. I'm going to tell the truth because I'm not scared. I know that they threatened some other tenants. If you come out, you're going to get put out. But try putting me out.
Hey.
Try putting me out. I'm not afraid of none of you. Not the commissioner, not the mayor, and go get the governor. Because better people done tried to put me out, and I've been put out of some of the better places, which is the White House. Okay? So I'm not scared. But I want the tenants to know that if you don't stand up, you're in trouble. Douglas Homes is in trouble. If you don't think we're in trouble, you look at what's going on around you.
Good day. My name is Thomas Hardnett. I had a lease with the Housing Authority for a childcare center that it's been operating there for about 7 years, and we have been. Today's our last day. We've been put out of the location by the Living Classrooms Foundation. The Housing Authority gave an assignment to Living Classroom to take over the location 2 years ago with the idea that they would purchase the building. To date, they haven't purchased the building, and they've decided to put us out of the building. And today's the last day. We have probably close to 100 children in the child care center who now don't have child care. We have about 14, 15 employees who are now out of a job as of today. And we have tried very hard to work with Living Classroom over the last 2 years. We thought that they were going to work with us. They told us, hey, if we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen. They've been very disrespectful throughout the whole process. They decided they wanted to bring in the YMCA because they said it's free. But what they don't know is that we also provide free child care. The difference is YMCA or Head Start receives federal funding. We receive state funding. So therefore, the child care center is free for most of the parents, and most of the people who attend the child care center live in the community. And what they're proposing to do is bring people from outside the community into Pleasant View Gardens Learning Center, and which would, of course, essentially have those parents find new care. They've told the parents that, hey, we'll make sure that you have a spot, but not once have they come to see the parents to tell them, hey, yeah, we got you. We're going to make sure you're good. You know, it's just all talk. They said that they would look out for the staff. Not once have they come to meet with the staff and say, hey, we got you. You're going to be good. So, in other words, nothing that they say is accurate. And we have an issue with it. Number one, I had to bid to get into that building. I had to put in a respond to a procurement to get in that building. And it's just interesting to us that Living Classroom was basically given this assignment. There was no bid process. There was no competition. There are other organizations out here who can do what they're doing if they're to serve as a landlord. We were never offered the building. We believe that we have an agreement for first right of refusal, and we were never given that opportunity. And also beyond that, even if they are the landlord, they didn't put the new lease up for bid. They just simply said, we want to put the YMCA in there. And this is still a city-owned building. And how do you not put something out for bid when you have a current tenant in the building that is thriving, that's profitable, that's doing well for the community, and you bring someone else in and you don't put it out for bid? This is a backdoor deal. And this needs to be stopped. And we've talked to politicians, and we've heard everything from, we'll see what we can do, to I'm only one person, to whatever. But now's the time for people to stand up and not let something like this happen. If it happens to me, it can happen to anyone. Right. So I just want to make sure that the community knows about this.
Where can they follow you?
You can follow me. I don't really have that whole bunch of social media, but yeah, you can follow me. I'm Thomas Hardnett. I'm on Facebook, and that's probably the best place to follow me.
We got more boarded up housing in Douglas than we have ever had. We got more junk going on in Douglas than we have ever had. We're not even allowed to have a tenant council.
Whoa.
We decided we wanted to have an election.
I will.
Okay? We decided we should have an. Their bylaws said we should have an election.
Right.
The red bylaws said that we should have a legal and just election. We don't care who runs. If you're a tenant of Douglas, run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
That's what we want you to do.
Right.
Let the tenants decide who's going to represent them.
That's right.
Not downtown.
Right.
Downtown don't have no right to pick somebody. But we know why you want to pick somebody, because you can use them, but you can't use us.
Whoa.
My name is Reverend Annie Chambers. I'm a resident and I'm representative for Douglas Homes. We're out here today because we're fighting for a tenant council. We do not have a legal tenant council. We have not had an election, and we're fighting for an election. That's our first demand, is that we have an election, and for better conditions in Douglas, that people would be able to have better maintenance, and their homes would be treated, that they would be treated fairly. We feel that the housing authority and the management of Douglas have not embraced the tenants by not allowing us to have a tenant council. We do not want to appoint a tenant council. They cannot appoint anybody for us. We have a right. The bylaws say that we have a right. Both Douglas bylaws and both the RAB, the Resident Advisory Board bylaws, says that each development has a right to a tenant council and must be voted in by the tenants. Well, we have not had that privilege. We have not had that right. That is one of the rights that has been taken away from us. So we're out here today to protest that right to have a tenant council, that we would have a tenant council. We also out here because we have lost so much by not having a legal tenant council. We have no tenant programs. Our playgrounds have been taken away from us. We don't even know what status our development is in. So we're here to say we are the tenants. We have the right. Like I said, I go downtown. We do not get a clarity. We're the tenant. The Resident Advisory Board is not working with the tenants of Douglas Homes. I wanted to go on record that they're not working with us. And the confusion that's going on in here now, we're asking that it stop and that we have an election. That's what we really want. Just give us an election. May the best person win. That's what we're asking for. Thank you.
There you go. Come on.
You can find guys to tell on tenants, but you can't use us. You can keep people picking and penny at each other, but we're not afraid. We're gonna stand up and we're gonna fight back. Do you understand? We're gonna fight back.
That's right.
You know, we know downtown that y'all had the meeting on us, and let me tell you, you sent the word Annie ain't scared of you. Bring it on! Bring it on! Let the mayor bring it on! I want her to challenge me. I want her to challenge me. Okay, we're not afraid of her.
That's right.
We're going to continue and pleasant community for the majority of the part, and everybody was kind and worked with each other. And now, I don't know what's happening.
Whoa.
I don't know what's happening. But I want y'all to know, tenants, that it's only benefiting the housing authority. It's not benefiting us. It's not benefiting us at all. We don't have, you look at where you're sitting at in the first place. You're sitting right across the street from John Hopkins.
Whoa.
Now if John Hopkins took everything behind you and in front of you,
How about
do
that?
you think they're going to let you sit across from them? Do you think they're going to let you sit
Heck no.
For the people at all.
Nope.
So that's what's happening now. The people that did take the vouchers are calling me up saying, can you help me get back? No, you took the vouchers, what can I do? You know, but they want to fight now to get back in the city.
Wow.
Because you got a child take an asthma attack in the middle of the night. You call the ambulance and it take an hour to come.
So these people want to get back into the city. They're not happy out there. Let's get their names. Get their names.
Yeah, okay.
Get a list of them.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
this is how they come.
That's
Nobody
right.
knows about this
Right.
stuff.
Right.
They want to Okay, I'm the president of an organization called Homes, Home Ownership, Opportunity, and Mentorship for Economic Success. And what we're trying to do, first of all, most people in Baltimore don't know that Baltimore City received $700 million to tear down houses, okay? And out of that $700 million, $94 million should tear down 4,000 houses over 4 years, okay? And that comes up to $23,500 to tear down one house in a city with a lack of affordable housing, a documented lack of affordable housing. For every 100 families that are searching for affordable housing in Baltimore City, there's only 43 units. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. And they're tearing down houses. They're turning down the remaining affordable housing stock as an excuse to give money away to wealthy developers and investors. And we want to see this stop. We don't need the people of Baltimore displaced just because they're not included in these plans. So what we're suggesting is instead of taking that $700 million and giving as giveaways to wealthy developers, you can do 7,000 houses at $100,000 a piece, 1% interest loans directly from the city of Baltimore. If you had to renovate a house, let's say I sold your house for $1, all right? It's cost more than $1 to renovate it, but if it costs you $100,000 to renovate that house at 1% interest, that would be a $300 a month mortgage. Most people can afford a $300 a month mortgage for what's essentially a brand new house. The reason I know this is going to work is because it worked before. They had a dollar house program back in the past. They were going to build a highway that connects 95 to 70. And in order to do that, they would have had to tear down Hollandtown. The people in Hollandtown, including Barbara Mikulski, got together and stopped them. They said, you're not going to tear down Hollandtown. I don't care what you think you're going to do. I don't care about your plans, none of that. Your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan, you're not tearing down Hollandtown. So they stopped it. So they had all these vacant houses, all right? So instead of tearing down the houses, these houses slated for demolition. Instead of tearing them down, Mayor Schaefer, he was the mayor then, sold them for $1. And he gave direct loans from the city of Baltimore at 1% interest. And nobody defaulted on those loans. That was the most successful program, and revitalization program in Baltimore's history, okay? And the reason they stopped it is because it worked. All right? And so nobody defaulted on loans, nobody. Very successful program. And some of those houses are worth $400,000 now. You go down to Audubon, Ridgely Delights, and places like that. Some of the nicest row houses in Baltimore cost $1. I got a picture right here. These houses here, that costs $1. That house costs $1. It's worth about $400,000 now. All right? And then what we want to do, when we renovate a house, it's going to take carpenters, electricians, plumbers, gas fitters to renovate those houses. Those people make decent money, right?
Right. Yeah.
Every program the city of Baltimore has promised jobs for, they didn't deliver on. We want to make sure that people, ex-offenders, long-term unemployed in these communities, get these jobs and get the training. In our organization, we got master electricians, we got master plumbers, we got master HVAC techs. They can train people to be journeymen and make a livable wage, all right? So this is what we want to bring to the community. At the same time we bring these houses up, we provide a living wage for the long-term unemployed in these communities. A lot of people can't get jobs because they got caught up in the drug trade and all this kind of stuff. And now, even the ones that want to turn their life around can't get employment because they got that criminal record. We want to mitigate that. Those are people we want to concentrate on. The people that are hard to employ.
Where can they find you?
Huh?
Where can they find you?
Our website is www.baltimore4homes.com. That's www.baltimore4homes.com. We can stop this displacement of poor folk from the city of Baltimore. And it's only happening in the black community. No houses being torn down in Canton. They're not turning any houses down in Roland Park. They're not turning any houses down in Fells Point. It's in the black community, people. That's because that's the only way they get away with it. Because we're letting them. Because we're letting them. That's what Dick Gregory told me. When I explained this to him, he said, you know why they're doing that? And I said, why, Mr. Gregory? He said, because you're letting them. Thank you.
You understand? So we got to fight. We got to stand up. But I'll be here till the last damn brick come out. Okay? But I'm gonna fight you. Okay? I'm gonna fight you. And thank God he gave me support. And he always sends me help. That's what I pray every day. Lord, send me some help. Thank God for the Green Party. Thank God for all the people, the other organizations that have called me and said, I'm gonna stand with you.
That's right.
That is what we're talking about. We're talking about support. You got people that will help you, but you got to stand up and help yourself.
That's right.
You can't
That's right.
keep